Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Check it out. It is the Mavic Air 2S. So finally getting around to the range test. I'm out here on Maui, and as you can see, we're doing kind of a sunset flight again. Normally like to do these sunset flights. There is the sun. It's going to be setting right around kind of the West Maui Mountains and Lanai over there. Lanai's in the background. And maybe we'll take a peek with the drone, but for today we just want to see as far as we can go that way towards kind of Molokini. Just flying over like pasture land, nobody's in danger of anything. So really just want to see how far the Air 2S can go. So we're going to put it up in the air, go as far as we can. And so let's get started and see how long and far this thing can fly. Let's do it. Okay guys, so for this test, really just gonna kind of start this thing up in my hand here. I forgot my launch pad here and didn't want to really launch on the blanket. So remember, if you missed the initial flight test, I did one of the launches in my hand and it worked really well. So I'm going to do that again today. I'm not even going to open the propellers. I'm just going to basically launch just like this. I'm also recording my screen here so you guys can see what's up on my Android screen and just really get the gist of how the connection is. Now remember, this has the latest OcuSync. What are we at, like 3.0 now by now? So anyway, just gonna wait till it launches here. Gonna click go fly, and there we go. We're already booted up and ready to go. As you can see, we've got 99% power. I am gonna be recording in 4K, guys. I know some of you say don't record, it's gonna use up some battery power, but I'm gonna do it. As you can see, I have all my sensors off on the left. Real quick, just while it's getting some GPS satellites, let me get up here and show you guys in the settings. You see how I have all the sensors off, so the whole bypass thing is off. Max distance, we're gonna do no limit, so we can get way the heck out there. And let's start recording and just launch right off of the screen here. So hold it on my arm. We're gonna kind of do just a touch the screen launch here, take off and get right out there ASAP. And here we go. So gaining some altitude and just we're in normal mode, remember guys? So just going to be in normal mode, really not trying to fly over any houses whatsoever. And we're going to probably go up, just stay right in line here for a second until we get over right in between these houses and stuff. And then I'm going to turn a little bit to go to Molokini. So just flying over really vacant land. I'm going to be right at like 300 feet. No need to really go any higher than that. That's usually the height. Between 200 and 300 is usually what I do my range tests in. That way it's kind of out of any wireless. You see how I'm just kind of flying over pasture land right here, so nobody's in danger. Look how dry this is, guys. So incredibly dry. And right as I'm getting past all these things, we're gonna go right towards that little island there. You see it there in the distance? Just turning a little bit there. So that's in the center. So I'm full stick forward in normal mode and we're going 33 miles per hour. And the reason I like to do these evening range tests, guys, is because it usually gets really calm up here. That's kind of the whole idea behind it. So as you can see, the gimbal here, really doing well. Look how incredibly dry it is, guys. This is summer in Hawaii, and look at this. Look how great this camera is. You know, there's like a valley there where when it floods, you're gonna see, you know, a bunch of water gushing in there only when it floods. Otherwise, these valleys are always dry. So we're going to be flying right over the tip of the Hawaiian homes over there in Kula. So let's pick our camera back up. Maybe when we're doing a return to home, we'll turn towards the sunset. But just a fantastic day here on Maui. So I'll have my screen up so you can see this. We're already at 84%. Boy, that dropped pretty quick, huh? So for this test, I'm probably just going to go, I'm going to say like 50%, because remember the other Last couple of drones I tried to do this test in, I went down to, let's bring up our map here. I went down to, there we go. Whoa. I went down to like 45. Let's go mixed. Satellite and street names. Where'd our drone go? I want to see the drone. Boom. So I'm just clicking. You see what I'm doing. For some reason, it's not tracking the drone. You see that? That's kind of weird, huh? And I'm also trying to look at my compass. And when I turn it off, I can kind of move the controller around a little bit. But I got to keep touching the drone. So I don't know. I think it's like every time they release a new drone, they have to like do these updates, right? For everything to work correctly. So I just zoomed out a little bit. I'm just pinching the screen and you can kind of see. Definitely not seeing any compass on this screen. Interesting. I'm just accidentally touching the screen and putting a point in there. Anyway, we really want to make sure we're keeping track of the video, again, moving the gimbal up and down a little bit. Just right over the edge of that subdivision. So I'm going to turn maybe a little bit this way to the right. Just so we're not going over any houses and stuff, you know. Interesting. Now it seems to be tracking the drone. Okay, now it's tracking it. Look at that. So if I turn to the right just a little bit, there we go. We want to miss all those houses. We don't want to go over them. Go back there. And interesting how you see the map to the bottom left. Oh, it's kind of behind the drone. I don't really like that. I want to track the drone there and then we'll go out. Okay. Anyway, not any kind of, there's a sunset there. You can see it. I'm going to turn back towards Molokini. That was just a really brief deviation. And really interesting how we're behind the drone with the map. Anyway, here's the quality of the picture. Where are we at? I'll have the mileage pop up. We're already at 14,000 feet. Holy crap, we're almost at like 3 miles. So what I'll have is I'll have the info popping up. You know, as we're going out, I'll have each mile reached. We're at 64% here. Still have great gimbal ability there. Let's see if I touch on the north arrow. Well, that didn't really do a whole lot. Can't even see the drone in the map there. See if I touch on that down there. Oh, there we go. Okay, see the bottom right there. I just touched on it. And let's see here. Moving the controller around, nothing's really happening on my screen. Let's touch that again. I want to be able to have the compass going so I know where I am according to the drone.
Level is low.
Low battery, look at this.
Go to the home point in 10 seconds.
I just canceled it, guys, okay? So, I don't know, I can't get really the compass to work too great to know like where my orientation is to the craft, so we're just going to do this. So we're at 57, we're going to come back at 50%. But guys, we're at 18,000 feet and we're recording, remember, in 4K. So I'm just hitting that little north button, trying to get my orientation to the craft a little better. Remember in the old one, it showed you exactly, there we go. Okay, there's a tiny little home and there's a tiny little blue triangle above the H in that window there. I'll just leave it there. 54%. So we're going to be turning around pretty soon, guys. We're at 20,000 feet. So we're like 4 miles. Just about. What is a mile? 5,287 feet per mile. So anyway, no problem with the latest OcuSync. Look at this. I'm pulling the gimbal down a little bit. No problem whatsoever. 51%. 21,000. Okay, 50%. So we should be 4 miles now, okay? I am going to turn around now, so I'm going to press return to home, hold it in on the screen, and let's let this thing do its thing. So we went down to 49%. I am pretty confident that this thing will come back with 49%, now 48. Guys, look how far we went out there. Oh my gosh. So, as usual, a little bit of a nail biter. I'm hoping I have a little bit of wind to my back, but as you can see, it's coming back slower than I went out. It's coming back at 27 miles per hour. So maybe that's just the most efficient this craft can fly, but I don't know about efficient for distance. So we'll just be here for a while, you know, testing things out. Still no problem. Now it's facing me in the opposite direction, its launch point, and look at this. Gimbal's working perfectly. I am not getting any breakup in the video whatsoever. While it's coming home at 27 miles per hour just about, what am I gonna do? I'm going to turn the head to the left. See if I can do this. Nope. It's not letting me do that, is it? Or was I rolling? Nope. It's not letting me put any side stick input, so I can't do that. But guess what? While we're coming back, let's go ahead and click the screen. See how we can do kind of focusing in on areas of the screen. And then we can also click that little light button and do really quick brightness adjustment. See how I'm sliding this up and down? Let's see if it kind of goes back to normal if I let off for a second. No, not really. See if I click in other areas. You see those little cool sunspots there? Oh, yeah. So it's not really... I kind of like circumvented the auto adjustment when I did that. You see the EV down there on the bottom right? So if I hit that again, I can zero it out. I know where to zero it out. So this will just be all, you know, automatic and everything. So 40%, and gosh, we're still about 3 miles out. This is going pretty quick. So let's reiterate here. No signal loss whatsoever. No blotching us in the screen. I'll have my phone recording and everything. I'll have the total amount, remember when we turned around, and also, you know, maybe I'll put it up right now on the screen so you guys can see that mileage and footage up there. And also I'll put it up in kilometers as well. We're recording in 4K 30, and we're also in auto mode. So pretty cool. 37%. And what I want to do real quick is try to do a zoom function. So if I got 2 fingers on the screen, look at that. So this does zoom. Okay. So I'm just doing 2 finger points on the screen. I'll try to show it in my hat cam real quick here. And I'm pulling to zoom in. Pretty neat, huh? And you can see over here on the top above autofocus. There we go. So it does 4 times to 1 time. If I click on it, it's going in between 1, 2 to 4 times. Pretty cool. So we'll zoom back out. And there we go. So we have between 1 and 4 times zoom. Very awesome. Remember on the other Mavics we could press function. So I'm going to hold function on the top left of the controller, and then I'm going to do my gimbal roller in and out. And we can also zoom. Pretty cool. So let's zoom all the way into 4 times. Pretty neat. And look at this. I can put the gimbal up and down as it's zoomed in. If I let off that function button, I'm just strictly with the roller and adjusting this gimbal. Okay, there's a little cool at church there. Let's get get that kind of in view, and then let's press hold function, and then I'm pulling the gimbal roller to the left with my finger as I'm holding function, and you can see how it zooms out. On the right of the screen, you can see that there is that 1x zoom now on autofocus, and that's just its default. So 29%, are we gonna make this? Boy, 2 miles left? Holy crap. Okay, another nail biter. I guess I should stop trying things, right? Remember, these things will kind of fly past 0% power, so I'm probably going to be coming in hot, guys, on this one. And let's just look at our map real quick. Clicking on the map. Nope, not working. We got to click on this little tiny thing to the left first. See, I don't really like that, how I can't see the drone in the map. It's like the map can't keep up with it. See that? Clicking again on, and it just kind of zooms in, and then the drone goes out of the map. So some things they still apparently need to kind of work on. Just can't quite keep up and be centered on the drone there. That's kind of interesting. So if I zoom out a little bit more and try that again. Nope, it just auto zooms in. 24% power. Still coming home at 27 miles per hour about. Yeah, I see how that drone is just getting right outside of the map. So again, something that, just pressing on this compass on the top left, something that DJI needs to kind of work on. I'd rather it be centered on the drone, so just to let you guys know. Okay, we're at 22%, and now we're just over a mile away. So I'm not getting too stressed out, just a little bit maybe. But just look at how dry the countryside is. Look at the satellite pictures, all green because it was taken on a, after it rained, kind of a green day. Let's get that camera back up. So just going over farmland, really nothing to be worried about. Let's go back to our compass here. And 20%. So it's probably going to start beeping at me. And let's just really quick check the batteries, okay? Safety, battery info. So you see we're at 3.63 volts on all the batteries. Now this is the third time this has been charged. You see the 2 down there? So this is the third flight on this battery. I'll be trying to pop up those batteries near the end here, but we're at 18%. Less than a mile to go. So I have no doubt that this is going to make it. And it's really funny because, remember the FPV drone, man? I went down to like 45, did I? Even the Mini 1 or Mini 2, I went down a little lower and I didn't quite make it. I had to land in this pasture right down there. Go ahead and move the gimbal down a bit. I had to land right somewhere down there on the side of the road. But we are definitely going to make it because we're 15% power. I think when it reaches 10, it's going to try to slowly start to land, but you can lift it up. So a good test, guys, down to, I think I was down to 49% when I turned around. And not really going into too much reserve on this one. So we're really saving the battery. Let's try a little bit more zooming while we do this. Holding function, zooming in. I'll have this up on the screen. That's maximum zoom in 4K. I'd imagine in 5K you could even do more. I'm not going to stop it, but this also does 5K, guys. I already hear the drone coming in. And let's see how accurate it is. 12% power. Okay. low battery. It wants to already go into its landing. I'm going to let it do what it wants to do. So you see how right at 11% there, what it'll do is it'll start dropping slowly, and you can still take over and come down and land. It faced itself down, its camera down automatically. I did not do that. See if I can still zoom in. Yeah, I can still zoom. I'm zooming all the way in to 4 times. Woo! Zoom out. And, you know, a little bit off of where I launched from. I believe right here is where I launched from. So my hand there. And that's where it's going to land over there. Let's see if we can catch it with the hand. Pushing up, still on the controller. And I want to kind of bring the gimbal up, my own. It'll reach a certain point where it will go up automatically when it gets low enough. But you see how I can still push up and fly this thing around? And we're at 8% power left, so I'm going to be a little bit conservative on this battery. I usually go till past 0. And let's just do a hand catch real quick. See how the bottom sensors are kind of working? Not going down any further. I'm going to bring it down. And I'm just going to grab it. It sensed that I had it. And I didn't even pull down on that. That's pretty cool. So there's our range test for the 2S, as expected. Really well done here. Let's stop recording. And let's go ahead and turn this off because we're at, what are we at? 6% power. Remember, I had all the vision sensors off, so I was saving power. We're going to turn all this off and do a pros and cons, okay? All right, nice. That sunset is looking awesome. It's really behind West Maui today. Don't normally see it that far that way. The sunsets are usually a little bit farther in this vicinity, but I guess this time of summer it's way over there. Just gonna drop right below West Maui. Really beautiful. So hopefully you guys can see that on my hat cam there. But anyway, let's do a pros and cons on that long range flight. As expected, you know, this reminds me of the Mavic 2 Pro. Remember, I did the Mavic 2 Pro from the same exact spot, same time of day, and I believe I got pretty much about the same distance, around 4 miles, 4-ish miles, even a little bit further with the 2 Pro because I really pushed it a little bit farther down, and I came back at like 0%. This time we came back at like 6% power, but really good range test there. And remember, I turned off all the sensors in that bypass mode. I just shut that down. I didn't have any of the, I turned off this light too. There's an option to turn it all off because it will turn on if it's in auto mode and it detects it's kind of dark. And just straight out that way, I even deviated course a little bit just to kind of get around some of the structures, you know, so I wasn't on top of them. And it still lasted that long. We went over 4 miles. I'll go ahead and have had that up on the screen. I'll have it up again for that battery in how many feet, miles, and kilometers this thing went. And as you could see on the screen, there was no glitching whatsoever in the FPV, the new OcuSync. There was no control glitching at all. I had perfect control. And that's kind of what you can expect in this kind of rural environment. I do have like a power transformer there, some telephone lines crossing. There is a fence. I'm in a park. And there are a few treetops right there. So, you know, as long as you're not flying below the trees and below obstacles and you don't have a lot of interference. I do put my phone into do not disturb mode. This is the OnePlus 6T Android phone. So I did put it in that mode, and I also had my Wi-Fi off, but I had my cellular data on. So that's what you can expect. Of course, just try to point this part of the antenna towards the direction of your drone for the best signal. But that went really well, guys. Go ahead and comment down below in the comment section, and also check the links down below in the description for, you know, the Mavic 2S, Air 2S, and also all the other stuff I use in producing my videos. I'll go ahead and put all my equipment down in there, the memory cards that work the best for me. You know, I usually have my backpack, my gear, my launch pads, and all that stuff that I've tested throughout the years That works really well. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that range test. I'm going to go ahead and watch the sunset with my family over there. They're actually over there, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.